Hello and welcome to the ICSE 10 Maths tutorial. Today's topic is some general points for writing ICSE 2021 examination. These are very important points. These are important not only for ICSE 2021 examination but also for your unit tests, for terminal examination, for preliminary examination. These points are very important. Okay, so before I tell you all these points one by one, let me tell you few lines. एक शायर की कुछ लाइंस मैं आपको सुनाता हूँ. शायर ने चूंटी के बारे में, एंट के बारे में कैसे ये बताने की कोशिश कर रहा है कि वो कितनी मेहनती है, कभी हिम्मत नहीं हारती है, और किस तरह से, देखिए इससे हमें क्या what lesson we can learn from this. So please listen. शायर कहता है, नहीं काम से शाम तक तुझको फुर्सत, नहीं काम से शाम तक तुझको फुर्सत, जरा सी तू जान और उस पर ये मेहनत, बहुत झेलती है मशक्कत मुसीबत, नहीं हारती पर कभी अपनी हिम्मत, बहुत झेलती है मशक्कत मुसीबत, नहीं हारती पर कभी अपनी हिम्मत, अरे छोटी चूंटी तुझे आफरी है, अरे छोटी चूंटी तुझे आफरी है. आफरी का मतलब मुबारकबाद, वाह वाह, शाबाश. शायर शाबाशी देना चाहता है चूंटी की मेहनत को देख करके. ओके, तो इसी के साथ नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट द today's topic. As I told you, some general points for writing ICSE 2021 examination. The first point is, students should read the question carefully so as to answer what is asked. So reading the question is very important. Sometimes what happens, because some students, they do lots of practice, so many board papers, then test papers, test series. Okay, so when you see a question like, suppose from quadratic equation you have 3x square plus 2x plus 2 equal to 0. 3x square plus 2x plus 2 equal to 0. Alright. Okay, now this question you have practiced. And you know that the answer you have to write down up to 2. I'm just giving you one example. Answer there you wrote up to 2 decimal places. Right? Up to 2 decimal places. But please see, there are some people, generally what we do, generally we don't copy paste question. We bring some changes. So there you found out the value of x up to 2 decimal places. Maybe here in this question it has been asked, find out the value of x up to 2 significant figures, or up to 1 decimal places, up to 1 decimal place. Alright. Or I give you one more example that I am covering up in point number 2. Okay. So now point number 2. Students are advised to read the question carefully to avoid missing out the sub parts of the question, especially rounding off the answer. Sometimes the question says that you round off the answer. Finally, when you're writing down the answer, you please round it off. Round it off up to 1 significant figure. Round it off up to 2 significant figures. Round it off up to 2 decimal places. So please read it. Read it carefully. Or suppose, I'm just giving you one example. Suppose you are getting 90.9 meter. You are getting answer 90.9 meter. Alright. And the question is saying, you got correctly, everything is correct, your calculation, everything is correct. This was the answer when you practiced, right? But in this question which you are right now writing, in that paper, the paper setter is saying that write down the answer to the nearest meter. So to the nearest meter means then this will be 91 meter. Alright, so you know everything, but then also you lost marks. You lost 1 mark because the answer should have been 91 meter to the nearest meter. So 90.9 meter means 91 meter, and you didn't read the question carefully. So reading question carefully is very, very important. Third point, reading time must be utilized to make oneself familiar with all the given data, and even for the right choice of question also. Maybe in this the terminal examination which you are going to write down, maybe you are not getting extra questions, but you know there are extra questions in section 2, section B. So you have to make the right choice of question also. So please, reading time you utilize very, very carefully and wisely. Now, fourth point, avoid changing the order of sequence of question and numbering pattern. Avoid changing the order of sequence of questions and numbering pattern. Alright, changing the order of sequence of question, which I really, the examiners get upset. We do check each and every page, each and every step, each and every line from start to the end. But then if you are writing like this, question number 1, A and B also, okay. A and B you have done, fine. And then C you are not attempting here. Then you are starting question number 4. Then question number 4 again, A and C. Alright. And then after that question number 5. And after question number 5, again question number 1C. Again question number 1C. So now see how difficult it is for us as an examiner. I've been teaching in ICSE for many years. So I've been examiner also. So see how difficult it is as an examiner. I mean, you because we have to write down the total at one place. Question number 1, totaling, right? Totaling we have to write down. Now A and B here, and then for C, after 2-3 pages. Alright. So it's not like sometimes if you are in trouble or if the situation is like that, it's fine. But avoid. I am not saying you can't do it. Alright, if the situation is like that, it's okay, fine, you can do it. We have to check. We check each and every page, each and every question, even the blank page also we check. Alright, the rough working also we check. Everything we check. But then avoid, I am saying, avoid changing the order of sequence of questions and numbering system. I mean, okay, fine, 1, 4, 5 and 10 and then second, that is okay. But then the sub question when you change, that becomes very big trouble. Okay, fine, after first question, you are attempting all ABC, and then fourth question, it's fine, no problem. Fourth question again ABC, then 7, okay, ABC, then again second ABC, that is to some extent okay. But when you write AB here and then again first questions, first C after question number 5, and then after question number 7 again fourth B, that creates problem. Alright. But then also we check. We have to. That's our duty. So avoid changing the order of sequence of questions and numbering system. I don't understand why the children do like this. Question in the question paper, the question is in English numeral 1 and the child is writing 1. His or her own numbering pattern. I mean, what is this? Read the question. We are writing in English numeral and you are writing Roman. Second question you are writing like this, second question. And this happens. Yeah, this happens. Practically we see children writing like this. Alright. Not many, few, but they do write. So please don't do that. So numbering system. Point number 5, handwriting. Handwriting should be neat and legible. Please, what you are writing, we need to understand. Now, it's not your home exam that you come to me and you tell me that, sir, I have written like this. Sir, I have written like this, and this is H. This is H. This is little bigger. This is H. You are not going to convince there. Alright, so you don't change the shape of a letter. Alright, to some extent, okay, but it is D-shaped. Completely changed. I don't know. So handwriting should be neat and write neatly. So handwriting should be neat and legible. Point number 6, students should avoid selective study of topics. Now just you have exam at hand, and then that time this point does not work because you have exam tomorrow or day after tomorrow, and then today someone is telling you that, okay, don't do selective study of topics. So you are not going to study today all those 2-3 topics that you have left. The topics that you have left. Now it's not possible. Alright. Now it's not possible. But if we talk from the beginning, so of course we should not do a selective study of the topics. And these are the views of the experts from the ICSE. Alright. So these points are very important, and I am as an examiner and as an ICSE teacher, I am telling you. Okay. So please listen to me very, very carefully. Alright, so these are very, very important points. Point number 7, all necessary steps must be clearly shown. All necessary steps, don't skip. Alright. Some calculations you don't do orally, okay. For example, in quadratic equation, when you are substituting in the formula x is equal to minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac upon 2a, right? X is equal to, you're writing a minus b and then plus minus root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So suppose b is minus 1, alright. So you should write down b square like this, b square minus 4ac upon 2a. b square minus 4 and then ac upon 2a. But you're not writing minus 1, you're not showing directly, you're writing 1. So as an examiner, I would like to suggest, I would like to tell you that please show the substitution in the correct formula. Always, all the time, always. Sometimes we accept in the ICSE examination, board examination, I'm talking, in the home examination, school examination, we may be little tough, maybe, but in the board examination, we may accept it. Sometimes we accept it, but then also we don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it. Please show the substitution in the correct formula, right? Because sometimes then you make a mistake. When you are not substituting the formula, no, this is in your interest. So if you write all these steps, the probability, the possibility of making mistakes reduces. That's why we are saying. Otherwise, sometimes we accept it. If you are writing directly 1, so that time also we accept. We see how you are writing, everything we see. And then we may accept it. But please show the substitution in the correct formula. Write step by step. Give all these steps. Don't skip. Alright? So, tentative things I am telling you. Alright? Tentative. Confidential things I can't tell you here. So, tentative. So, what I am saying, please listen to me. Next, point number 8. The steps of walking should be supported by valid reasons. The steps of walking should be supported by valid reasons. And if you are talking about geometry, so their reasons are must. Alright, answers must be supported by valid reasons. Steps which you are writing, that those steps should be supported by valid reasons. So in geometry it is a must. Alright. So here also, but in geometry it is a must. Alright. So the steps of working should be supported by valid reasons. Even if in other branch of mathematics also, if you are doing something, so please give reason. Give reason from, if you are writing something, okay, from equation number 1. Alright. Okay, x square is equal to 9, then you are writing x is equal to 3. Why are you rejecting minus 3? Why are you rejecting the negative sign? Give reason. Give reason. Okay, because the question says this. The question says natural numbers. That's why minus 3 we are rejecting, because minus 3 is not a natural number. Please give reason. Please give reason. Alright. Point number 9. Show substitution in the correct formula. I told you. Everywhere. Everywhere. Write down the formula. And you know, for formula there is no mark for formula. For correct substitution in the correct formula, you will get 1 mark. You will get 1 mark. Right? For correct substitution in the correct formula. Alright, so please show substitution in the correct formula. Point number 10. 9 is show substitution in the correct formula. Now point number 10. Students are advised not to leave the answer in improper fraction. For example, 25.2. If you are getting some value as 25.2, please don't leave in improper fraction. Write down in mixed fraction or in decimal. At least not in improper fraction. For example, suppose you got something 25.2. So don't leave the answer here. If this is an answer, no, please write down how much is it? 12 1 upon 2. Yes, or 12.5. 12.5. Alright. So improper fraction, you don't leave the answer, right? So students are advised not to leave the answer in improper fraction. For example, 25.2. An example just I have given you to clear the things. It must be written as 12 1 upon 2 or 12.5. Alright. And just in the afternoon, today, 2-3 students, they asked me about graph, and then actually these are the general points. Those points I am going to cover up in that particular topic where I am talking about statistics, or when I am talking about reflection. So that time I will cover up that. But because they asked me 2-3 questions that I want to cover up here, I want to discuss. One question is the student is asking about the mathematical table, log table. Yeah, so that will be provided to you. Okay. Secondly, and one more thing here. I'm surprised. We are surprised. We examiners are surprised when we check answer scripts and when we see that the child is finding out the square root. Actually, the child is finding out the square root by division method. You don't have to find out the square root in quadratic equation where you are using formula to solve the quadratic equation. You have to use the log table, that booklet. Alright. So that is one doubt, and one doubt was about the graph. In the ICSE board examination, we use 2 millimeter graph. Alright. So that is one thing about graph, and then about mathematical table. Yeah, that's it. Now, if you have any other queries, questions, please write to me. In the comment box, you please write to me, and then I'll definitely get back to you. Okay then. So that is these are some important points which I wanted to share with you. I hope these points are going to help you a lot. Alright? And in the end, आखिर में आपको एक छोटा सा जोक सुना देता हूँ, और उसके बाद से हम इसको स्टॉप करते हैं. जोक लतीफ़ा ये है कि एक रिश्तेदार कहीं पे जाते हैं, अपनी रिश्तेदारी में जाते हैं, तो अक्सर क्या होता है कि हम जब कहीं जाते हैं तो घर के बच्चों से कुछ सवाल हंसी मजाक करने लगते हैं। तो ये साहब क्या करते हैं, ये घर के एक बच्चे को बुला के पूछते हैं कि अच्छा बेटा बताओ आगे जिंदगी में क्या करोगे। ये सब सवाल बड़ा ज़रा मुश्किल होता है बच्चों को जवाब देने के लिए। तो जैसे रिश्तेदार पूछते हैं बच्चे को बुला करके, अच्छा बच्चा बेटा बताओ आगे जिंदगी में क्या करोगे। तो बच्चा क्या बोलता है, कुछ भी करूंगा मगर किसी के घर जाकर उनके बच्चों से ऐसे सवाल हरगिज नहीं करूंगा। ओके, खुश रहिए, हंसते रहिए, एंड थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक्स।